Good morning. Good morning, my babies. Let's look at some of our new olive eggers. Let's see where they are. There's one somewhere. Let's see here. Nope, they're over here. Okay, let's talk about second generation olive eggers. That's what they look like. And let's go from there. Hey guys, I hope that this color will pick up. It's looking good on my end. I hope it does on your YouTube. These just came out of the nest box, okay? So let me go over these and show you everything that we have. That's a silky egg, okay? Everybody says they're so tiny, but they're really not bad, guys, as far as for eggs. It's just not bad, but they're a cream egg. Okay, they're dirty, they're nasty. Like I said, they just come out of the box. This is a French black copper Moran egg. They're speckled. Some are speckled, some are not. The ones that we have are speckled. I'm fine with that, okay? So there's that. And here is 2 Americana eggs. Let's set that over there. They're beautiful blue. Okay. Well, they keep rolling. There we go. Okay. These are all my olive egger eggs. You can see, and they're nasty, okay? Look at all the difference here. So there's this like grayish color, okay? I think it's beautiful. In the camera, it's looking more green than gray. I have never had a brown egg come out of an olive egger. You may have, I have not. This is kind of that gray. It's almost a, I don't know how to describe it. It's just different, okay? This one is speckled because of those speckled jeans, okay? That one is gorgeous. Then we have this, I call it lime. It's not lime, but it's green. Green. These are all first generation olive eggers. Beautiful. Now, look what I got this morning. These chicks hatched in October. She laid her first one. There's a little blood on it, and the egg's usually smaller. Look at the difference. It's not blue, okay? It's a turquoise looking. See that? And then you put it up against the blue. It's totally different. This is going to be an Americana hen with an olive egger rooster that come between these two. The Americana hen and the Moran father. Laid that. One of these hatched. That was the father to this with the Americana hen. Are you following me? This, I have never seen an egg that beautiful. It is just I know it's not picking up in the camera. If I zoom in, you can tell though. That is gorgeous. Now put the blue beside it and you can tell. Look at this. I mean, look at that color. It's leaning more towards this, but you can see it's picking up more green. That is gorgeous, y'all. Gorgeous. So, olive egger rooster, first generation, with an Americana will give you that. And that's how you get a colored egg laying basket. We'll talk about this. But guys, I was just so proud this morning to see that egg. And it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it just ties in all the colors. Every bit of these, when they're washed up, they're just, I mean, they are beautiful. So I guess, I hate to call this an F2, but technically it is, because the father was an olive egger rooster with an Americana hen. So that's going to be some of the colors you're getting from the F2 cross. That means the back cross with an olive egger and a pure colored layer here, Moran or blue. Or you could use different varieties, like a Penandesca, a cream leg bar, whatever. It just has to be a true dark brown layer and a true blue egg layer with 2 blue genes. Will give you these. Once these hatch, you get that once they go back with something else, okay? So when these 2 cross, that's what I'm hatching now. I'll probably get more of this khaki color, maybe more of a moss color. That's why I'm wanting to have moss eggers. But this right here, guys, that is just the prettiest egg I've ever seen. The camera does not do it justice. It is gorgeous. So let's talk about some genetics. This is better. I've got them kind of, this is my egg keeper. It's the bottom of my shirt. Look at that turquoise. Guys, I have never hatched an egg that color. It is gorgeous. Oh, I hope I have a million more of these. Oh, you know I love you to be standing in a coop holding a chicken talking. So I'm already covered in dirt and mud and everything else. Let's talk about olive egger genetics. So I am holding a chick that hatched last fall. We had an Americana hen, a pure Americana. Her mother was blue, solid blue, and she free-ranged at the time, and she made a nest on top of our duck pen and hatched some chicks. So at the time in this pen, I had my Moran rooster, Chico,
my French Black Copper Moran. He's a dark egg-laying rooster with her. She is a pure Americana, lays a blue. So their children would be first generation olive eggers. Okay, also in this pen, I had olive egger roosters. I also had Americana roosters at the time. So now we only have the one dark egg-laying rooster, the Chico, French Black Copper Moran. The other ones we don't have anymore. So I couldn't wait to see what eggs these chickens laid. This is first generation, okay? This one right here looks just like an Americana hen. She's beautiful. She looks like a black Americana. She's got the green sheen to her. These were hatched in October. It's April. That's why we got our first egg today. She does have one little spot on the back of her head that's white. See that little white dot? Ah, I'm sorry, Mom. I was flipping you upside down. Okay, see that right there? So you can tell that she's not a pure Americana. And as well, she has feathered shanks. So her father, more than likely, was the French Black Copper Moran. Our other hen that I can't catch, that I think laid the egg this morning, she's solid blue. She looks just like her mother. She looks just like an Americana, and she has no feathers on her legs. So what I'm thinking is the olive egger rooster got with her on that, okay? Because one of these two hens laid that beautiful turquoise egg this morning. If it was the Americana rooster with the Americana hen, it would have been a blue egg. If it was the French Black Copper Moran, she more than likely would have had feathers on her legs. That trait carries through a lot of times. So I'm thinking that this one's father was the French Black Copper Moran, and the other hen that I can't show you right now that laid the egg, her father was an olive egger. Some of my olive eggers have feathers on their legs, some don't. That means some carry the dark genes, some don't, as strong as the other ones. I have never had an egg that beautiful. That was the most beautiful egg I have ever seen. So let's talk about second generation olive eggers. That's kind of what, I guess technically that chicken that laid the egg this morning is a first generation olive egger, but all olive eggers' eggs, first generation, look the same to me. And you will see online that they'll say there's a 50% chance they'll lay brown and a 50% chance olive. I have hatched probably 50 olive egger hens, and I've never had a brown egg. I just don't think that's true, okay? That's my own personal experience. You may have something totally different, okay? They lay the gray. It looks like a gray khaki. They may be calling that brown. The gray, to me, is just beautiful. It looks like a sage color, a sage, just a sage metal color. Then you have the lime looking green. It's not neon, as these photos will show you online. It's just a very tart looking green color. That one this morning is turquoise. It is beautiful. It's more of a mint. That kind of looks like an Easter egger chicken. Don't use those to breed these. They're not pure genetics. Now, that hen that laid this egg, the only rooster I have that's a colored egg layer in this pen is Chico, my French Black Copper Moran. Her up under him will probably throw that lime color again, okay? More of a lime because she's laying the turquoise. You want to throw some dark back to it. That would be second generation. The whole point of this, to boil it all down, is you want all colored egg layers in the same pen together. You can whittle it down and get rid of your Americanas and your Morans and have just all olive eggers, but at some point their eggs are going to start looking the same color once they breed back and forth for second generation. You can do that. I want a variety of colors, a rainbow. This is how you get the rainbow egg box. So you need a good dark egg laying rooster. Some people use the Penidescus, I think. I like the Morans. I've got him in the pen. I've still got Americanas that are pure, Americana hens. Him over her gives you first generation olive eggers, gives that either kind of grayish or lime colored egg. Second generation, their children can go back up under him, tint it again, make it a little bit darker, or keep an Americana rooster in here. That'll start lightening it up, the egg color. Now, if you just want something a free-for-all, like what I showed you this morning, get an olive egger rooster. If you have enough hens in one pen, you could have a pure Americana, a pure olive egger, well, not pure, but an olive egger rooster, and then a pure Moran. All three of those in with Americana hens will give you a colored egg-laying box. So, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was getting too wild in my demonstrations. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know, Mama. You want colored egg layers in your pen, and you can keep going back and forth, back and forth. Some look like barred rock chickens because I had a cream leg bar at the time that we hatched. Those were not my favorites, okay? Cream leg bars, they were beautiful. Their eggs were beautiful, but the Americanas did better than them. If you can get your Americanas to lay, go for it, okay? I've had no trouble with the roosters, none whatsoever. Their children seem a whole lot more durable than they do, though, as far as the second generation. So, first generation is the first thing you get off that match, like her. Second generation is what her children will be, or all these chicks that I've hatched that you guys have seen in the live stream a couple of weeks ago when we did the green eggs, the brown eggs, and the blue eggs. All those chicks that hatched are second generation, so we don't know what color it will be. It may be mint, it may be a tannish brown, a khaki, a green, a turquoise. We don't, we don't know. We just don't know, do we, Mama? So when you hatch these chicks, this is probably what they will look like if you use a Moran and an Americana. I know, let me get your wings here. You may have feathered legs, you may not. If you see feathered legs, that means they're carrying a good bit of the brown from the Moran, because Morans have feathered legs. But she looks just like an Americana. But I know the brown egg gene is in here. She will probably lay just a regular olive egg. That one this morning, with no feathers on her shanks, she had an olive egger for a father, because she's not a pure Americana. We know that just from the way her feathers are. There may be a discoloration somewhere where it's not just a pure blue. And we know from the egg color, that's not Americana, that's turquoise. So that's what I would do. If you want to have olive eggers, Morans, Americanas, that's what I'm recommending. You can do this other ways. You can get cream leg bars, the Penadescas, you can do whatever, okay? Morans, Americanas, and I would keep the first generation olive egger rooster, because you're going to end up with eggs like what I showed you this morning, and you can keep going back and forth. Some people have like 6th generation olive eggers. That's cool. That's what we're going to hope to have. We don't want to keep buying this stuff. You just want good pure stock, and then you can keep back crossing this to get all these different egg colors. I think it's just beautiful. So I'm going to show you a picture of my chickens again. We're going to pan around and kind of describe some of them to you, and then I hope y'all have a good day. I hope you go out and get these things and breed back and forth. I'd keep them all in the same pen and let it be just a free-for-all. All right, so this hen right here is an olive egger hen. She had a cream leg bar, either father or mother, and she had a Moran, either father or mother, okay? So that's why she's got the barred appearance. You can see my Moran hens, they're just black. There's my Moran rooster. He's colored up, he's beautiful. And then we have the Americanas. Fluffy cheeks, I've got a splash, I've got blue in the back there, they look kind of gray. And then I have 1 or 2 black Americana hens. I'm trying to see, like, there's one, if you can see way back there. So that's our pen here, and that's what we have. But when those chickens right there, I've hatched their eggs, they're with him, okay? This will be a darker olive chicken, that's second generation. There she is. There's the hen right there that laid the egg this morning. She looks like a pure Americana. But she has a few little feathers down her shanks. So she had an olive egger father and an Americana mother. That's what laid that turquoise egg. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. And she looks a little dark on the head to be just a beautiful pure Americana hen compared to like that back there. So you can see the coloring in her is a little bit different. So that's what our pen is, and that's how you can get just all the different colors. Guys, it's wonderful. I love it. All right, we'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead Ranch.